To all my ordained ministers, I know you're frustrated. I know you're frustrated because you're overpaying in taxes. I want to give you in the next few minutes a game plan on what we can do at Cash Flow You for Churches to help you greatly minimize your taxes. It's what we do. I'm an ordained minister, and now I'm not the pastor. I'm just one of the elders there. But I want to share with you some things that we're teaching churches nationwide to help you maximize your benefits but minimize your taxes. So here we go. The very first thing you know about is housing allowance. But guys, you have to understand that in order to have a valid housing allowance, there are proper minutes that have to be adopted. There's a proper way that your W-2 and your payroll check has to look. And also, we show you how to maximize that housing allowance. See, remember, the housing allowance based on IRS Code 107 makes this income tax free. No income taxes. But sometimes you don't have enough. We can show you with proper planning how to include your down payment housing allowance. That takes it higher. How to potentially include extra payments. That takes it higher. And even major expenses. One year I spent about $12,000 in landscaping at my house. But with proper planning and the church's board, I was able to max my housing allowance that year. You may have a housing allowance, but is it maxed out? That's number one. Number two, we can help you develop strategies to legally reduce the Social Security taxes on your housing or all your money. So, William, what do you mean? If we get you early enough, write this word down or write this form down. It's form 4361. Under special situations, and the door is pretty narrow, but we have some strategies to expand that door. We can potentially opt you out of the Social Security system just for your ministerial earnings. So now your housing allowance be legally tax-free. And your other salary would legally avoid Social Security. Let's say if you made $50,000 a year and we were able to get you opted out legally. At 15%, we just saved you close to $8,000 per year in Social Security taxes. And if you miss that window, guys, we have another strategy whereby we're able to take your unreimbursed church expenses, like the mileage, like your travel, your books and stuff, business expenses that you incur for the church, and we can use those, track those during the year, and that reduces and maybe even eliminate your Social Security taxes. Again, it's all about tax planning. Hey, want some tax-free money? Let me give you some. Let's say your church has a good cash flow budget. Write down this IRS Code 162. Look at all the going you do for the church. Many times you're driving your car to visit people, to make deposits, back and forth to the church, to encourage people at funerals and weddings. Think about most pastors we work with travel 20,000 miles on an average. Let's just say for conversational purposes that the government gives you 70 cents a mile. It changes every year. Doing the math, 20,000 miles at 70 cents, that's $14,000. We would help your church set up what's called an accountable reimbursement plan. There's a lot of regulations involved. We help with that. We just got you $14,000 of tax-free money. So if you owed income taxes, guys, guess what? You now got tax-free money to take care of it. What about your cell phone? We can structure whereby they reimburse you for your cell phone. What about all those books and study materials, guys? With an accountable reimbursement plan, we could probably help you get $10,000 to $20,000 potentially a year, tax-free. But wait, there's more. Write this down. IRS Code 414E. And we talked about it in one of our videos earlier, but here's some more information on it. This allows us to discriminate. See, most people say, well, William, if I give retirement to the pastor, I have to give it to the secretary. If I give health insurance to the pastor, I have to give it to the janitor. Guys, we come in and do what's called a church plan. We've studied IRS Code 414E, and there's a way we can structure a plan that only the senior pastor gets certain benefits, or maybe only ordained ministers if the funds are tight. Imagine getting tax-free. Imagine getting health insurance tax-free. Imagine getting a retirement plan where the church matches up to 100%. Imagine getting what's called a medical or a health reimbursement plan where you are reimbursed for all of your family's out-of-pocket medical expenses. Imagine getting long-term care insurance. And there's a few more. That's why you need to work with a firm like ours, who we understand how to legally set up a compensation package. And let me just give you two more real quick. Did you not know that 100% of your salary could be retirement? Think about it. Let's say they're paying you $50,000 a year. Let's say $20,000 we have housing allowance. The other 30 you could put into a retirement plan. That's right. And it's legally avoiding federal and state taxes. And let's say if your church had the cash flow, your church in turn could match you up to $30,000 in my example. I know that sounds crazy. That's $60,000. And if you've been at the church 15 years or more, they can add another $3,000 a year. I know it's crazy because you hear these limits of $7,500, but guys, there are special things that the IRS allows churches to do. We know the inside scoop. We know the inside strategies. We can save you money. And finally, guys, you're now about to retire. You're pulling money out of retirement from the church plan. Do you not know that that could be earmarked as housing allowance? That's right. And housing allowance, guys, is totally free from federal, state, and if we caught you in time, Social Security. So imagine getting $20,000 or $30,000 a year from your church in retirement, and you legally don't have to pay a dime in taxes. We at Cashflow U for churches, we can help you. Now is the time to contact us, though it may be throughout the year. Tax planning saves you money. We are one of the best because why? It's how we do our taxes. We want to help you maximize your income, minimize your taxes. And at Cashflow U for churches, we can help you because we're called of God to do it. If you like what I've said, subscribe, like or share, and definitely leave comments. And you know something old school, give us a call. We'd love to talk to you. Have a great day.